I bought these hoovers so I can slag them off as much as I like. I actually don't need to. I'm a new age male that does all the cleaning. Well, all right, not all the cleaning, but I do the hoovering. I actually take pride in it a little bit. I get quite excited sending these machines out. I own 2 robot vacuums. I bought the first one brand new. It's the Eufy X8 SES Pro, something like that. Paid genuine money for it and really rated it. It's got the LiDAR, so it senses where it is and whatever's going on in the room. And then I bought a second one, which is called a Eureka something or other. Second-hand on Facebook, because the guy said it had a problem, it didn't. And that one mops, it's got a roller mop on the bottom. And I love these things. All right, so this is the first one, which has now been retired to the upstairs. It's pretty dusty. And basically, again, it's got LiDAR here. So it's a spinning sensor, which bounces off all the walls, can 3D map your whole house, which is really cool. And then in the front, well, it says AI map, but I think that just aids with its mapping basically somehow. And then on the bottom, you've got some sensors here, 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 and here, which stop it falling down the stairs. And they do actually work. I did sit on the stairs the first time this thing went round the landing in fear of it just tumbling down, but no, it does a good job. It doesn't go over the edge. Inside, you've got this, which is the waste bin basically. Open it up, you've got a filter, which I think that a lot of people get caught out on because they think that you can just plug these things in, let them go as many times as you like a day and do nothing else to them. It's not the case. You need to take the filter out, and every now and again, this one comes with a little mesh over the top. Actually, that is pretty grubby, but I hold it over the bin and just flick it out. It'd be good to get an airline on it as well if you can. Do that as often as you can, even if it is every couple of days, because it really helps the performance. Otherwise, you'll soon notice it just won't work. It just won't start. It won't pick up, you know, what it used to pick up. So it's pretty easy maintenance-wise. On the bottom, you've got this little, it's got 2 motors, which are springy to allow it to go over things a bit easier. You've got a spinning brush, so that as it goes along the sides, along the skirtings, it digs out, in our case, it digs out any, you know, rubbish which is between the carpet and the skirting quite nicely. And then if you just remove this little cover, you can pull out the roller brush. This is a perfect example of not maintaining it. To be honest, this one gets a little less love because it's upstairs out the way, but yeah, you can see that it gets stuff around it. You just need to fish the hair and whatever out. It does come with this little cutting tool, which I'm not sure if it's in focus or not, which has a little blade on one end and a brush on the other. And what you do is you just put that in and just run it along the hairs, and it just cuts them off nice and easy. So yeah, there's no excuse for it really. It's just so easy to look after. This one as well has also got a mop feature. It's a little bit of a gimmick. To be honest, what you do is you clip it over the back here, it sits on here, it doesn't rotate or move, it just uses the weight of the robot as pressure on the surface. It's okay, it's not brilliant. You wouldn't want to buy it just for mopping. And then on here you've got, oh, it's gonna, okay.
Robot not touching the ground. Please move robot to a new position.
Yeah, this is the water tank basically.
Robot not touching the ground. Please
Shut up.
to a new position.
You fill this with water or detergent,
Removed.
and then it basically pumps the water down onto the pad. Obviously you get a nice little voice assistant there. So when the Hoover comes back to the base, it pushes against these 2 pins here and here, and that's what recharges it. And then the Hoover starts up in the base and pulls any dirt through here into the base station and up into this bag, which is your waste bag. If you pull this tab and lift it out, closes the little door on it, and you can just chuck these away and replace it. I have done that, but I have also, in desperate times, just opened up the hole and fished out the rubbish. Yeah, might be a bit cheap of me, but there we go, it works. The situations where these don't work is if you've got steps. At our old house, I could never have these because we were on lots of different levels. Unfortunately, we've got this upstairs, but that is the only one. The rest of the house is pretty good. And downstairs is all one level, so it's nice and easy. This is the other one that we've got, which is the Eureka, which took place of the Eufy because it's got mopping, and our downstairs has a lot of hard floors, like the kitchen and the hallway and the bathroom. Again, they do collect dust, so maybe I'm not that good at cleaning, but you know. Now the reason this space station is obviously so big is because it's got the mopping feature. So this is the freshwater tank and this is the wastewater tank. In the middle is the dustbin. So it's the same again as the Eufy. It's a bag which you just pull out and change. And then in here is where you put your detergent, which obviously is a specially made and sized bottle, but there's no reason why you couldn't fill it yourself. This one is the clean water tank. It's actually really good quality. In terms of the brand itself, Eureka, there's no real online presence on social media or anything like that, so I think they're probably a bit of a copycat brand. And obviously that's the dirty tank, which is rank. But this one is very much the same as the X8. Take the lid off. You've got the waste bin here, which you open in a similar way. You've got a mesh here to stop the fine particles. And then if you open it this way, you've got another little filter. Same thing, give it a flick out in the bin as often as you can. And this one's brush and knife is quite nicely held inside the top. Got a LiDAR sensor on the top, which is now covered in water. And then for this one's sensors, you've got the same obstacle avoidance camera along the front. You've got sensors underneath for falling off a cliff. You've got the same type roller bar underneath as well, which is also really poorly maintained for this video, but there we go. And then obviously the rotating brush again. And then the difference with this one is this. Let me just change the camera. So this mop actually rotates to a flat side, so that when you're on carpet, it turns around, and then if the mop is still damp, it won't rub on the carpet. So to take this off, it's just two buttons in the side, which releases it, and then you can slide it out basically. And if you squeeze that together, it goes loose so that you can take the whole mop off and wash it if you really want. It did come with another one, which is a roller mop all the way around. So I guess if you're only doing hard floors, as this rotates, it's not doing 50%, it's like 100% cycle, but that's no good for us because we've got carpet. So with this still compressed, you'll just slide this back on. There's like a toothed belt inside there, which is how it's driven. Push that back on there. And then push the release buttons, which puts it under tension again. And then slide it back in. Same again with this one. Two springy motors for going over small obstacles. I know they do hoovers with these now where they can adjust their height depending on the sort of carpet pile, or if it's got to go up a step, they are actually able to push themselves over. If you've got really messy kids, which let's face it, everyone has, and they just sort of eat their cake like this, it's ideal. You just go on your app, call your little assistant to do a spot clean. Doesn't even have to be the whole room, just pick an area, and over he'll come. The more I watch these videos back and see how filthy them hoovers actually are. It don't look good on me, but they are well used and abused. I've got one door which is so tight to the top that it scrubs its paint off every time it goes under it, and yeah, like I said, they do collect dust, but they work hard every single day, twice a day sometimes, and it's just so helpful not having to worry about getting the hoover out every now and again, and you know, it cleans up after the kids underneath the table every night. And then obviously we set it to the mop feature before we go to bed. Does a really good job. If you got this far, then I really appreciate it. The main takeaway about these hoovers is that I really rate them, both of them. They're totally different, but I think with LiDAR and being able to map themselves out properly and see what's in front of them is a big improvement on what we've had previous years. And they are literally as easy as just being able to sit here with your tea, go on your phone, set the app up, and just set them to work. The biggest thing we find with kids is obviously there's always stuff laying around, so you need to go and do a bit of a tidy up first to make sure none of their toys are going to get eaten, but otherwise they're really good. For us, a busy family, then it's game changing. In an ideal world, I'd set 2 routines up a day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, to just go out and do everything automatically, but it won't happen. They'll find a lead laying down somewhere, chew it up, and then stop until you go and rescue them. So I set up a little test here where I put down some cat biscuits, some flour, and a Teletubby, basically just to show you the difference. Obviously it goes round the Teletubby, so it's able to see that and go around it without knocking it over. The flour it did a pretty good job of, and the cat biscuits is the sort of thing that the roller brush will flick out the way, so if you're only doing 1 pass, then there might be some left, but if you set it to do 2 passes on a clean, then it will most certainly pick up whatever's been chucked around. I really wanted to do a video on these because they're actually useful, and if this video was useful to you, then it would be really helpful to subscribe or leave some feedback. Let me know what you use. So yeah, thanks for watching.